Hey there guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Tales of Vesperia HD Blind with your host Dameol SC. I am back home, hooray! And darn it, this episode I make a solemn vow to pronounce Intelakea correctly. The entire time last time, I was mispronouncing it as Intelexia. I'm going to screw some of that up, there's no getting around it. A lot of words are not pronounced the same way they appear. But yeah, Intelakea, at least I should be able to get right. They have said that word like a billion times. So, my apologies. I know there's at least one of you that gets really annoyed by that. Yeah, sorry. Alright. Wait, is this the way I'm going? I thought I was supposed to meet Judith and learn the truth about everything. I came in from down here, didn't I? I did. But I did miss a treasure box. Okay, so Judith led me off into more combat. What a bee. Just kidding. I like Judith. So yeah, oh my gosh. We're coming up on the end of Skies of Arcadia, which is great, because I really want to get this up to 4 uploads a week. Because I'm like forgetting a little bit because I'm just not playing it enough, and I want to upload my play rate. But I don't want to upload my play rate at the expense of leaving you guys behind, so it'll get better soon. Hey guys!
Shall I heal you?
Dang it. You.
I gotta try and keep up.
Jeez, come on, guys. How long were you sitting there waiting to heal me? Why did you go for a group heal when everyone else was full life?
You didn't think I was that strong, did you?
Man, I'm going through mana like I've got some.
Yeah, I feel good.
Anti-element, good. That means he can upgrade himself. Upgrade thyself, Yuri! You no longer need the Oh no, Centaur Saber's okay. So you need these two. This one's weaker, so grab it first. You're still learning stuff, you're still learning stuff, you're still learning stuff. You know everything, so go ahead and grab that one. You still don't have anything else to learn, old man. Which makes sense, because you're old, and you already know everything. Oh, wow. And there are... You see, what is this? Why does it do? There's a treasure box down there, and it won't let me get it. That's rude. See, again, I've had problems with that scrub grass before, too. Nope. Okay, I can get this one. What?
Prepare to meet your doom.
Go ahead and look at what we're looking at. Okay, he's got some. Oh, come on, I was blocking. Oh my... No, leave, get out.
May I use this? Holy power, come to me.
That probably has a really awesome thing in it. And I kind of don't care. because there's probably an actual boss coming up, and I don't need to be going through all of my items. later.
The hole in this mountain is like the hole in my heart. How my chest aches.
Getting all sentimental on us, old man?
Can you blame him?
It's just memories of the war. I'd appreciate it if we didn't spend too much time here.
Stop being such a coward.
Hey, shut up.
Oh, that hurts, Rita.
The only way to get past a bad memory is to embrace it.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience.
Not really. I was just generalizing. Anyway, you want to hurry, right? Then
Rita
let's
is
go-
such a bad source of advice.
Mage is more mature than she looks.
Not really. She's giving you advice on stuff she doesn't even know. That's like bad advice. I'm so good at this.
So, you are aware that this place was the ground on which the Great War was fought.
I'm also aware that you led me past a whole bunch more enemies just to talk to me when we could have just as easily talked back there.
Yeah, we heard from the old man here.
The Great War was sparked by a type of blastia.
We heard that as well.
What?
Rita, I thought you were the one that told us that. Maybe not then.
This was not a blastia that had been excavated. It had been constructed in the city of Temza using a new type of technology. The Hermes Blastia.
Hermes. Interesting. Is this going to have something to do with, people trying to get too close to the gods? I mean, that's not really what Hermes did, but Hermes was the messenger of the gods.
Hermes Blastia? I've never heard of it. And if you say it was newly built...
The Hermes models were even more effective at converting air into energy. They were intended to revolutionize the technology of Blastia.
I have a feeling that the word she wanted to use there was, like... I actually don't know, but revolutionize was not what she wanted to use. Something like bastardize.
But something went wrong.
The Blastia using these Hermes-type formulas required massive quantities of air. The Airkrina began producing abnormal amounts of air in order to compensate.
That would mean the end, not just of humanity, but all life on this planet.
Well, it's a good thing you know that. What happened to the people that were building it back then?
Just like we saw at Cave Mock and the Wizened of Kados. Wouldn't like to see that happen everywhere.
The Intellicheia realized the dangers of the Hermes Blastia before the humans, and they moved to destroy them.
Which created a conflict that grew until it eventually became the Great War.
Were the Intellicheia not able to just tell the humans what they'd figured out? Or is it a case kind of like Final Fantasy VIII, where the humans just didn't believe the Intellicheia?
So then the Angelicaea fought against the humans to help the planet?
But why didn't they tell the humans how dangerous
Exactly,
the
thank you,
Blastia were?
Estelle.
Neither side probably cared much if the other brought itself to ruin. There's never been any love lost between humans and Intellicheia. Probably didn't talk much. There may have been other reasons, though. Still, we don't know what this story has to do with our Judith here.
Temza fell to the flames of war, and the technology of the Hermes Blastia was believed lost.
Oh crap, who got it?
Wait, you mean there are still Hermes models in operation?
Is that why Judith is destroying every blaster she can find? Is she trying to, like, knock humanity back into a technological, dark age? Because the real question is, how many people really know how to make Blastia? Rita is considered an absolute genius mage for her abilities and her knowledge of what to do. It seems like the vast majority of the world doesn't really understand how Blastia work and just sort of use it.
Yes, at Rago's mansion, Emmett Hill, Gosferost, not to mention.
The Ceres Blastia on the Fiertia.
So then you've been destroying the Blastia in place of the Intellicheia. You could have mentioned that.
Yes, exactly, you could have. Judith acts like she's an Intellicheia herself, where she just doesn't believe in communicating.
Why didn't you say something? Were you gonna save the world all on your own? Are you stupid?
Valid question. Not phrased very well, but valid question.
What was that?
Dameol.
Hello, Nan. Are you a boss fight now?
It looks like we found our mark.
You will not pass.
You're a person, aren't you? How can you defend a monster?
Nan, did you learn anything? The Colosseum?
Didn't you get the news? I said nobody lays a hand on one of our own.
We won't allow that. Not even from you, Nan.
We were having a conversation over here. Butt out.
I don't usually like to get my clothes dirty, but
I realize that the Hunting Blades are a different guild, but if anything, you would think that the, like, representative of Altosk would carry a little bit of weight with these guys.
Everyone. Have the hunting blades added people to their list of targets?
Nobody who associates with monsters can rightly call themselves a person.
Good old... I don't know if that's racism or what, but anytime you have anything that goes on, and there is a side that argues that, oh, well, now you're not a person anymore. Not a very good argument to have.
Carol, have you forgotten the credo of the Hunting Blades? Step aside. Monsters are evil, and the Hunting Blades pursue that evil. But the Entelekea aren't evil. They were fighting to save the world.
Don't let them fool you with that credo nonsense. They're on a job. They're here for the Apatheia.
It seems you won't listen to reason. If you have no intention of moving...
You leave us no choice.
Oh, don't worry, Carol. No, actually, Carol. Rita, I'm sorry, I love you to death, but we have got to do this with Carol. Carol needs to be involved in this fight. Alright, Tyson.
All monsters should be killed.
That's the rule of the Hunting Blades. He's not a monster. He's Judith.
Aiding monsters is punishable by death. You're worse than monsters. They just got instinct. You got brains. So what's your excuse? Shut up! We Hunting Blades will not back down. So I guess we just gotta fight this out.
Don't blame me for what happens. Ow!
Concentrate.
Ow. Okay, you want to get her up now? This is bad. Holy crap. Okay, hunting blades are like actual damage. They actually suck.
And they were never heard from again.
Do again.
All monsters should be killed.
That's the rule of the Hunting Blades. He's not a monster. He's Judith.
Okay, I need to be up. I need to be standing.
But Baul's different. He wouldn't just go around hurting people for no reason. What are you talking about? Of course he would.
You're worse than monsters. They just got it. You got brains. So what's your excuse? Shut up! We Hunting Blades will not back down.
Ow!
So I guess we just gotta fight this
Pain
out.
is ow.
Blame me
Pain
for
hurts.
What happens?
I'll blow you away.
Okay, ow! Pain happens. I'm not gonna use chance to it. No casting. Gives an idea how close we are. Ow. Wait, why was that orange gel? Why the heck did orange gel come out there?
We have to use items carefully.
Sorry.
Bring this back to the abyss.
my other stuff? Okay. There goes one of them. He's over limiting. So now where we are with him. That was a very nice set of moves. Oh yeah, very, very nice set of moves. That does not look pleasant. Hey, he got a special picture. It's not fair. Special picture. Okay. That went way better that time.
You don't show mercy to your enemies.
I will protect Baul.
I'm really glad I got to include Carol in the victory, because there was a lot of attempts there. Just to let you kind of know what was going on, because holy crap, I sorta, kinda, accidentally loaded the wrong save because it was save 1, and then saved it into save 2 because I thought I was in load and not save. So I just replayed through like 2 hours of the game. So things should mostly be the same. I may have found a couple more treasure chests, I don't know. But yeah, that's, whew. It's been a long episode for me. It's been a long night for me. It's been like 2 hours since I started this fight, but it wasn't just like 2 hours of smashing myself against this fight. I'm glad this went through real quick. Just keep getting stronger.
Nan.
It's okay, you didn't kill her.
Sorry.
I presume. We start. Every time someone dies in this game, it's a very super special scene. Hey, Baul.
What's happening?
Baul is trying to evolve. As an
Wait, you can do
Incursions.
that? Are Incursions like Pokemon then?
It looks like he's suffering.
Baul, come on. No! I want to heal your wounds.
Thank you, Estelle. I'm like, holy crap, if she heals Baul, I'm just gonna like smack her upside the head. The first time you had no way of knowing, but just, ugh. I'm kind of surprised that Judith didn't just like run her through. Because...
My power is poison to you, isn't it?
Healing wounds isn't your power, Estelle.
What do you mean?
Don't you remember Bellius's words?
Power corrupts. But you are different.
So interesting. I don't quite know what to make of that.
Never lose that kindness. The compassion you so readily show to others.
My compassion for others.
And compassion kills the Intellekea.
Your thoughts are reaching Baul. I'm sure of it.
All we can do now is hope for the best.
Well, gee, if
Well now.
Estelle's power is like toxin to the Intellekea, then Bowl must have been super freaked out, because I was just throwing a toxic storm right outside his cave for like the last 5 minutes.
Amazing.
I knew you could do it.
Your partner seems like he's gonna be just fine.
Yes. Thank you all for helping to protect him. This is something I
I don't know,
couldn't
all
have
we
done
did was think
alone.
happy thoughts.
You're one of us. Of course we'd help.
Wow, that's a...
Didn't I tell you? You got through to him.
Wow, I mean, I'm just kinda... Apparently, you can become an Intellekea just by eating a whole bunch.
You may get through to Pharaoh as well. Will you be going to meet him?
That's up to Estelle to decide.
I'll go. It's been the
It
purpose of
has.
my journey after all.
Are you sure?
Well,
What if you end up getting killed?
Rito, you actually got killed a whole bunch on the way here. Just saying.
Even still, I've got to stand firm on this.
It won't be too long before the hunting blades send reinforcements. How about a change in scenery before they show up and spoil the party?
There's only one path down from here, though. We're bound to run into them.
Get on. We'll fly as far as the
Well,
fair
I
tier.
guess that's the other reason why Bowl got really big. And so he can actually carry us now.
We can finish talking once we arrive.
Talk with her about it and give it some more thought. I'll figure it out eventually. Oh, yeah? Maybe if I become a little bit more decisive, Nan will listen to me too. Yeah, you just gotta put Nan in her place. I actually do, seriously, I mean, that was a little bit of a condescending thing to say, but I was joking. But in all honesty, honestly, I think one of Nan's big frustrations with Carol is just how kind of worthless he is. I think Nan really respects strength, which is why she joined the Hunting Blades. And I think she might actually start to be a lot more understanding and a lot more interested in him as a general rule. If, you know, now that he beat around, yeah, I'm a little bit, you know, I'm not the person I used to be than just walking up and knocking the tar out of someone. Oh, who are you? I'm so glad this thing can fly. Plus it's autopilot. It's a piece of cake. Well, he has autopilot the dragon. It's not flying, the dragon's flying it. Man, this guy's dumb. So does an old man pass his prime fit in the picture at all? What? You whining about old man? Well, why are you past your prime? What Judith talked about before. Hermes Blastia, was it? Blastia created with techniques that should have been lost in the war are still active. Do you know what that means? I guess someone who survived the war brought either Blastia or those techniques back with him. If that person was still using the Blastia even though he knew it was harmful to the Earth, someone like that must be quite the villain indeed. Oh man, don't tell me you. Hey now, you truly was nothing but an innocent youth and straight and narrow back then. I wouldn't do something like that, even on my worst day. I was just trying to trick you into giving yourself away. You're a slippery one. So, when are you gonna learn some respect for your elders? Oh, Yuri. Sorry to interrupt while you're thinking. Ever since I took Billy's life without meaning to, I've wanted to know what it means to be the child of the full moon, so the same thing doesn't happen again. I always thought that it was my duty to know. But after what happened to Belius, that's how everyone is. They do something, they learn. They do something else, they learn more. You too, Yuri? Yeah. Mistakes. There's only one thing I can say for sure. What's that? Maybe you wouldn't have made any mistakes. It sure would have been boring. I really wonder. It's nice that he's trying to help her feel better, but I don't know if that really counts. Hey, yeah, so you totally murdered somebody by accident, but hey, it was interesting. Not exactly the best pep talk there. Although I do have to say, I do appreciate that about Yuri. Generally speaking, most RPG heroes are either perfect at everything or, you know, have very, very overwhelming character flaws. Where it would be like, they would say, you know, they would just say the absolute horrible wrong thing. Yuri tries, and he doesn't bumble, he just doesn't always do things right. Which is a little bit unique. Is that the core from the Ceres Blastia that Judy's destroyed? Yep. It's definitely cut with a different formula than the usual core. It looks like what she said was true. She said she wasn't too good at lying after all. To discover that new technique you created was bad for the world, after what must have been years of research. I can't imagine how the person who created the Hermes technique must have felt. Well, what if it had been you? Well, if I find out that it hurt the Earth, I would have to do something about it. But I wouldn't destroy the Blastia like that. What? Nothing. Oh. If only things weren't so complicated. I could have just blasted her into oblivion and been done with it. I know, thinking is hard. No kitty, arf. There are no kitties in this game. Here, I saved in both portions before that, so I couldn't mess it up. Well, I don't need to talk to her, do I? Yes, I thought. Okay, there we go.
Morning, Yuri.
Morning.
It's a beautiful morning.
So, this does kind of let me know that I was sort of correct about it. Although I thought it was also what was causing the monsters to go crazy. It may still be, we don't know.
And our world may already be dying. That's right.
Well, look who's feeling better.
In the past, these slight fluctuations of the air have not negatively affected our world. There have always been beings who maintain the balance by sensing changes in the airflow. Beings like
Okay, you mean like Dameol now. I was going to say, Dameol wasn't an Intellikeya until yesterday, right?
So the Intellikeya were responsible. For ages, the Intellikeya have regulated the air. But the recent increase has been greater than they could control.
Which is being caused by the Hermes Blastia.
And which is also why you were going around taking down as many of them as you could.
Well, in the future, you need to share.
Yes, that was my mission. The path I walk with Dameol, to whom I owe my life.
The path you walk.
Now some would even hunt the Intellikeya for apatheia. This has made the mission of the
Anyway.
I'm afraid I don't have an answer. The air an Intellikeya absorbs becomes condensed within its body over time. When its life is
Can't we just cast
that condensed air forms a crystal.
Resurrect on the apatheia and bring the Intellikeya back? Yeah, I know it doesn't work like that, or Yaris would still be around.
That's all I know. I imagine Pharaoh could shed more light on the subject, though.
So apatheia are crystals of concentrated air. If that's true and the energy could be extracted from the apatheia, it would be a source of overwhelming power, I'm sure.
Could we really do that?
I don't know.
I bet somebody wants to use
There's the
these
golden
things
question.
for the wrong reasons.
Why didn't you just tell us all this from the beginning?
Seriously, we could have avoided all this trouble if you just talked to us.
Because we can't write a law that completely prevents crime, we shouldn't try and reduce crime. We still went through a whole lot of trouble because you pointlessly kept things from us.
What do you mean?
I showed up at Heliord because Dameol had sensed a disturbance in the air. Where there was a disturbance, there was sure to be a Hermes Blastia. But what I found there was not a Blastia, it was a person. That had never happened before.
Is that because her power works like a Hermes Blastia? In that it converts air into stuff? And she also will fall out why? By, like, shooting fireballs at her?
I had to find out why. For the sake of the path I've chosen. It was at that time that Pharaoh first appeared. He seemed to have some idea who Estelle was. My mission was to destroy all the Hermes Blastia. However, Estelle was obviously not a Blastia. I needed to make absolutely certain. I made a deal with Pharaoh. And he agreed to grant me some time.
You mean...
If it became apparent that her existence posed too great a threat, then I would kill her.
You what?
Settle down. Obviously, Judith reached a different conclusion.
All right, I get it.
Belius said you possess Haro somehow. You may learn what
Rita, we're doing it.
Hey, there's no real reason for you to fight Pharaoh anymore, right? I mean, we know the
How do
Hermes
you
Blastia are
propose
what's
we do
causing the
that?
problem and everything. If we just make sure the apatheia don't fall into the wrong hands...
I still want to meet Pharaoh,
But...
please try to understand. I have to know more about myself and take responsibility for who I am.
all right.
Sorry, Yuri. I don't think we can decide what to do about Judith right away.
I promise not to leave again until things have been settled, as you said. I need to accept that responsibility myself.
That is true. Although I do think if you have someone and something happens to them, and you
set out to do.
for doing it.
We can work out the rest once this is finished.
There is a rocky crag in the center of the sands of Kogor. That is where Pharaoh lives. Baul can take us there.
Okay, let's go. This meeting's been a long time coming.
I can communicate with Baul, but there are still a few things you should know.
Like what?
Baul can only land on the ground in wide, open spaces, so you won't be able to dismount on steep mountain ranges or in narrow...
Really? He looks like he'd be a good swimmer.
Yeah, he'd sink like a rock.
Huh. Who knew?
Well, that's why we have a ship, right?
Right. If you'd like to get down onto the ocean, let me know. Baul will set our ship down there for us.
Okay, but what
So
should we do
I now
when
have a pet Intellekea that flies my ship
Use
around.
Baul's horn to call him to you.
Pretty good considering that a few episodes ago they were Estelle's mortal enemy.
That's all there is to it?
Well, not really. Only Pharaoh.
Every Intellekea has a special reed for communication with a special power Critians possess.
Huh. So we can get a hold of him by using that.
Right.
This is amazing.
Judith, you're familiar with Pharaoh,
Sound like a
aren't
person.
you?
Is he really as scary as he seems?
Well, let's see. Sometimes he's logical, sometimes he's emotional. He can be really scary or really kind.
Alright, that didn't help very much.
One thing's certain, his power is extraordinary, even among the Intellekea.
Here's hoping we don't wind up looking like poor old Mount Temza the moment we meet him.
If he can do that to a mountain, there wouldn't be anything left if he turned on us.
I wish you wouldn't joke about scary things like that.
Why should we get scared before we even get there?
Chip.
Especially if he's that strong.
Wish I could take it as lightly as...
Okay. So I can't land there. There we go, fine. So I can climb down here. I think it's probably been about time. It's hard to say. Like I said, I was recording this for probably about 3 hours. But I'm pretty sure that the combination is just going to be one. So, boom. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will see you all next time for more Let's Play Tales of Vesperia Blind with your host, Dameol SC. Wow, this was a very informative episode. I'm glad we finally learned what Judith had been arbitrarily hiding from us the whole time. Anyway, I will see you all next time.